You ever get that tapeworm taken care of?
Yeah, I had it made bigger so I could eat more.
Good morning. Heading over to the grain bins. Hopefully we're going to get started here pretty soon. Last night I thought Dad was going to finish at the farm he was at, but he was unable to. Harvest was delayed because of beavers. So he went over this morning and tried to fix the cross. We got to go across a little stream to get to the next field. It's only 8 acres. But the beavers had it dammed up, and he said the water was like 6 foot deep, so we couldn't get across it. But got to knock that out, and then we've got one other cornfield after that, and we'll be done with corn. Alright, apparently to the one farm we're going to, we're going to have to build a road for the semis to turn around in, so instead of doing that and taking the time to do that, we're just going to take the dump trucks. We have 2 dump trucks we can take down there and get in pretty well. And we're going to take both grain carts. With both grain carts and dump trucks, we should be alright. It's not a whole lot of acres, so should be halfway decently efficient. Maybe not, I don't know. But it would take a lot more time to put in a driveway than it would to do this and maybe wait on a dump truck every now and again. So. But hey, I got a battery for this cart, so we're gonna see if it works now. So now let's go check, see if the iPad's working. It's working. That's what it was. That spare battery we had wasn't any good. It's a heck of a note. This is one of the carts that's going to have to go down to the farm, so I'm going to start it, make sure the batteries are up on it. If we're not, I'm going to be charging while we're finishing that other field. Perfect! It's the little victories in life. And get the old Kenworth started up too, check oil on it. This one hasn't been used in a while, so. Good shape. Fun fact, this Kenworth, it's like a 94 dump truck. I think it only has 50,000 miles on it. You may be wondering, why do you guys have a dump truck with those low miles? Remember a few videos back when Dad was talking about a field that we used to own that we don't now? Well, let's just say this was part of the payment for that field from a large corporation. Actually, like a heat wave today. It's only 45, 50 degrees. It's pretty good out here. Dad, he's already at the field, him and George. Supposed to run BJ over there. We're pretty close to the house, so definitely stealing Dad's gator to do that. Ooh, got the heat on.
Morning. How about that guy? Probably the one Ben's been looking for.
Yeah, that deer's here.
Okay, everybody, here we are. We finished this field last night. I don't think I said anything here last night about it. We finished this field. We're down here on the creek. We had a problem. We couldn't get, got 6 acres across here. Can't get across the creek here because the beavers dammed it up. I'd come down with the backhoe and break the dam, and I think we can get across here now. So we'll find out.
Back to work. Dad's right over there. Apparently the beaver, oh yeah, they had this dammed up pretty good. This is an old channel and it still has a stream that goes through it. We have to cross this to get to that field. Beavers had this all dammed up, and then right where we cross there's another dam. So you can see where the mud line is. This is usually only like a foot deep, and right now it looks like it's about 6 foot deep. George, I was trying to get a picture of Mr. Buck Deer when you called.
I know that's
like because of you, I didn't get the. I was about to hit the button, and then George pops up. By the time I hung up with you, the deer was going. George taking BJ over to get the grain cart. I'll show you the crossing he's got to go across. Of all the days I didn't wear my my rubber boots or my waterproof boots, there's no way I'm going across this, is what I'm saying. It's pretty muddy. You can see that dam right there. They had it dammed up in two places, there and down there apparently. But here's where the water line was. Normally this is just a really slow trickling stream through here. It's a muddy mess now. So we haven't got anything stuck yet. Might happen here. Dad did bury the fertilizer spreader here, crossing this very stream. Those were ducks. Heck with the deer. I'm excited now. Wonder if the gator would go through that. I don't think it would at all. See if we can't get a grain cart stuck. Oh my. Oh, she's flopping.
Man, just look at that. That is a slimy mess. All right, so we got in here with no problem at all in 1038. Of course, we were unloaded. The grain cart was empty. We're going to take it easy. We're going to try getting out of here with 26,000 extra pounds. Here goes nothing, guys.
Beavers come through the field there and went down the creek over there. They're going to slide right over through there. That's what they did before.
Listen.
BJ, you need to wax my tractor when you're done with it this year. Like after harvest, I fully expect it to be waxed. What do you think, George?
Nah, you wouldn't wax it.
That's why I'm telling him to do it.
That's why I'm telling you he ain't gonna do it either.
Ooh, that thing stinks. Well, good news is the trucks are aired up. Bad news is they've been sitting here running for an hour. Whoops. We just made a special trip back to the test shack so George could get snacks.
Oh yes, that's what we came for.
Well, we had to nose and see how much of the building they got done. And I'm missing the GoPro, I can't find it. That's why I'm here.
Okay, finish this field. We're going back out of here. We're going to cross this crossing. I think we'll get through here okay. We'll find out. Yeah, piece of cake.
We're moving, heading right to the fuel tank. Dad needs to fuel up, and then we're going to go to the last cornfield. Hallelujah! Unfortunately, it's not the last bean field. Holy cow! Those wheels are great. There's crap dragging all over it. Oh my goodness! We should have hooked that John Deere to that cart before we did that field. Sent it back like that. George, what time is it?
Past lunchtime.
Yeah, we're holding him down so he don't wither away. Just getting ready to head to the field. We got both carts, combine. Larry's in a dump truck. I'm escorting in Dad's pickup. Once I get them to the field, I'm gonna run back to the house, grab the other dump truck, and yeah, hopefully we can wrap this up in a couple hours, and then we can come back here. We got a 20-acre double crop field there, and then 60 acres across the road. I'll be thoroughly surprised if we get all those done tonight, but I would really like to. They're going back and forth, so came over here to get this truck. Probably be waiting on me by the time I get back. That's it. Now we definitely don't need 2 carts in this field to keep up. It's a pretty square field really. It's not super large or anything like that. But the only reason we brought 2 carts because Larry just left. It's going to take him a while to get back here after he's done. I'm getting ready to leave, so they're going to need those 2 carts for the extra capacity. He's going to end up waiting on trucks. There's just no way around it probably. Well, we're full. That didn't take long. After seeing that driveway down there, me and George both think that I'll be able to get this truck in here and turn it around. Might be a little tight, might have to do some maneuvering, but it's going to be way faster. We're going to be waiting all night for something that should take just a few minutes or a couple hours. So I'm going to try to get this truck down there.
There's Mr. George in the car. Don't worry, folks, he has had lunch. You ready for the next dilemma? We're not fighting beavers this time. We're not fighting mud. Equipment's running great, but we're pretty much completely full. Trying to squeeze in 2 more loads so we can finish corn, but I was really hoping that we'd be able to run soybeans. The sky ball is coming out from the clouds, so this is going to be a good evening to run soybeans, but I don't think we're going to be able to dump them on anything. I think every truck and every grain cart is going to be loaded with corn still in the morning. 2019 is just not wanting to let go. The truck's got an antifreeze leak. Luckily, we got a little bit of antifreeze with us, but we were below the ad and she was steaming when I pulled in. Never got hot though, according to the temperature gauge. So she's got a slight leak. Now this old girl has an antifreeze leak, but we topped it off. And we're probably just going to keep putting antifreeze in it. Hopefully we can get through today. I'm pretty positive they can hold the rest of the grain carts. I kind of hate to drive the carts loaded as far as we'd have to drive them, so I'm probably going to try to make a trip back down here. Perfect! Alright, I need to go up to the top. Basically going to unload this truck from up there with my handy dandy remote. Using a different truck. This one was parked in the yard, only had half a load on it. I don't need to go back to them apparently. So I'm going to take an empty truck back to the farm where they're putting the grain carts up, or they're going to load this truck there, I think. It's going to be a real pain in the butt if that remote doesn't work from up there. Where's that elbow's about to go? We're close! We're really close. But I think we'll be able to hold it. Alright, we were able to fit it all, I think. I mean, the truck's empty, the leg's still full, and the pipes are still full, so as long as it doesn't overflow in the next 30 seconds, we got it. But this remote came in pretty handy, because I'm sitting here, I can see the truck from here, I can see how much is in it. Oh. That's how it feels, it just slides down from time to time, but we should be alright now. But we're full. No more trucks are going in this grain bin until we move some grain. Good news is I think we'll be able to fire dryer up, put about 2 hours worth of corn in this bin. My problem is this bin doesn't feel quite even, but there's a half a ring right here. So there should be at least enough for another truckload. Which would be great because that dump truck's loaded and I'd like to get it empty. But that'll take a few hours. Dad, you say we're done with corn?
I got dump and a half. George is trying to hold it.
That farm is our furthest one away from the main operation, so yeah, radio reaches. Going through some pretty big hills. Kind of surprised.
Okay, we're wrapping up the last field here. We're wrapping up harvest, corn harvest. Last field. Couple more rounds. Last round, I think we're gonna make it. That's it. Now the corn crop's in the books. Can't wait till we get to next year's 2020. Anyway, be a little wait.
All right, they're done. Corn harvest is done, but we got to move. So I had to get Mrs. Brown to come over with the meal wagon without food. Yeah, bub. And we're flagging for the combines. We got one truck and 2 loaded grain carts. I don't think this is gonna work. Maybe we can get one of them empty. In case you're wondering how I ended up in the grain cart and not my brother, George must have had a dinner date because he pulled his cart into the yard and left. All right, we need to climb bins. We'll climb this far bin that we've been putting the dryer in. I think it's pretty much full. I know we can run enough into this bin to get a dump truck empty, but I'm hoping we can at least get 1 or 2 trucks empty. The rest just might have to go to town because we're pretty much full, which is a good problem to have. I was just really wanting to do some soybeans tonight. Wasn't really figuring on not having any trucks. I'd say we can let the dryer run into that for several hours tonight, but not all night. But probably making enough room that we can at least get most of the trucks empty. The corn dryer says it's done with harvest as well. It's not wanting to start. That's good. We don't need trucks tomorrow for beans. Probably do all 250 acres of them with 1 grain cart. I'm gonna babysit this dryer tonight so we can dump trucks in the morning, and then hopefully there's no dew and we can get as many beans done as possible. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you've seen, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brian's Farming Videos and Facebook at Brown Farms. And we'll see you in the next one.